So pathological narcissists are afraid of you. However, the fear here would be dysfunctional. So functional fear, if we're talking about being afraid of a predatory animal, for example, a lion or a hyena, for example, functional fear tells you not to go poke the lion or go poke the hyena. However, pathological narcissists have emotional arrested development, so they're not very emotionally intelligent. So here's the thing about fear, and I'll use a scared, helpless dog to make this make sense. So if you happen upon a scared dog, then that animal most likely next will lash out at you. Because when you take a look at fear at an energetic perspective, fear can be a very specific emotion. And if we're looking at the Hawkins scale, for example, that would be level 100. However, fear is also a spectrum of energy. And one of the emotions that is on the fear spectrum then is anger. So you should be mindful of cornering a scared animal because they would most likely lash out and attack or bite you, for example. Fear is one of the many energetic vibrations that will put the body in a contracted state. We get into the level of expanded awareness once we pass the level of courage. Pathological narcissists exist below the line of courage. If someone is viewing life from the level of fear, then they view life as a hazardous world full of traps and threats. This is why fear is one of the more popular tools for oppressive leaders because they can use it to control others. You know that narcissists are in a fear-based state because they also try to make you afraid of them. So this is them projecting their emotions onto you. Pathological narcissists are stuck in a fear-based state. So sometimes you'll hear me refer to this as the third dimension, suffering consciousness, survival mode, the third dimension, etc. Dysfunctional fear is destructive, right? For example, fear of a loss of relationship leads to jealousy and a chronically high stress level. Fearful thinking can also balloon into paranoia or generate neurotic defensive structures, and because it is contagious, it becomes more dominant and it becomes a social trend. Fear-based energy is a limiter because it inhibits growth. Thus, the fearful seek strong leaders who appear to have conquered their fear to lead them out of slavery. When we are talking about slavery here, this could be physical slavery, could be mental slavery, could also be spiritual slavery. However, conscious or unconscious pathological narcissists are aware that they have to attach themselves to people that are at a higher vibration than they are at. So it is very important to understand that narcissists are indeed afraid of you. However, understand that in a fear-based state, the next best emotion that they will reach for oftentimes is anger. And this is because anger makes them feel more powerful than being in a state of fear. Right? When it comes to the Hawkins scale, when it comes to raising your awareness, when it comes to raising your vibrations, guilt feels better than shame, right? Courage feels better than anger, and anger feels better than fear, and so on. The higher you go, the better you feel. Because we're really here to all reach enlightenment, to reach our highest potential. However, when it comes to pathological narcissists, they are stuck in a fear-based state where they are rooted in their shame. However, they are unable to move past their pride. This, by default, makes pathological narcissists cowards because they do not have the courage to step into their truest self, their truest nature by connecting to spirit. Instead, they're living through ego. And when you're living through ego, you cannot really self-reflect because the ego is made to project. So this is why they project their deep-seated insecurities. They will project their shame onto you. They will project their fear onto you. They'll want you to be afraid of them and so on. They will project their anger onto you in their narcissistic rage tantrum fits. When you truly understand that your enemy is afraid of you, then you will stand in courage. All right, as usual, go ahead and like the videos. If you have any questions or feedback, go ahead and leave that in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next video.